How's it going, everyone? My name is Michael SK, and welcome back to Fate Stay Night Remastered. We have just about lost Sakura. She is a bit gonzo, you know? I would argue that she is going to be hard to recover, you know, to get her back into a realm of sanity, especially with how broken she has become, how over the edge she has been pushed by Zoken. She has killed Shinji, so he's gone. We're not going to see him again for the rest of the story. And with this being the last route, that is it for Shinji, you know? Poor guy, he never really had, like, the opportunity for, like, you know, a positive comeback. He was pretty shitty all the way through, especially with people affirming my doubts that I had or worries. So, that's fun. Glad we're just recording this very much censored, remastered variation of the story, but yeah, Sakura, she tried to kill Shirou, she tried to kill Rin, but she got what she needed, and that was Illya. So now, it's just about Holy Grail time, probably the closest to achieving the Holy Grail and what we've, you know, been told about in regards to it. Compared to the other two routes, I'm sure that is exactly what we're getting here. Time to make a final choice. It's clear who will win this battle. No, it would be more accurate to say that it was decided long ago. This conclusion was ordained from the moment I lost her.
ただシロ、あれの相手をするということは、最も困難な道を行くということ。それを今から胸に刻んでおいてください。
The girl who fought by your side and acted as your sword until the very end said that. On the night you parted ways, you promised her that you would go on fighting by yourself to put a stop to the shadow and this war. You went through hell. You survived it for a reason. You're still alive for a reason. You didn't miraculously survive while everyone else died. They all gave up their lives so that one person might live. You hated that. To break that reality, you told yourself that you had to become a righteous hero who saves everyone. You don't know what his tears meant. He destroyed the Holy Grail, rejected what he had been fighting for, and desperately dug through the rubble to find a survivor. No matter what he was thinking, his tears saved you and showed you a new path. It became a lonely path. He showed you a dream as he walked ahead of you, and then he died. Kiritsugu Emiya took the sins that he never atoned for to his grave. He couldn't save anyone, so he wanted you to become someone who could save others.
You
know that. You've spent your entire life trying to redeem yourself. You've killed yourself for the last 10 years believing in that idea. Your dead self just keeps nibbling away at your living self like worms eating a corpse. And this is the embodiment of your sin. It's pointless to mourn a saint. As long as Archer's arm is attached to you, it will devour you and force you to atone. It will bring you a ghastly fate worse than death. Just cut it off? Yeah, even if you were to lose your life that hangs by a thread, you will not simply die. And yet, why?
シロだってわかってるでしょ。全部を選ぶことはできない。助けられるのは一人だけなんだって。
For a long time, that girl searched for her father with only vengeance in her heart. When you asked her to move in with you, she smiled sadly. She told you it wasn't possible. The two of us cannot live long together. And that's why...
それじゃあね。楽しかったよ、お兄ちゃん。
But even with that, by the way, not to ruin the moment here, even with that, Illya still had, like, a glimmer of hope that maybe she could actually run away with Shirou. Just run away from all of this and then eventually die. Because death does await both of them.
シロだってわかってるでしょ。全部を選ぶことはできない。助けられるのは一人だけなんだって。
For a long time, that girl searched for her father with only vengeance in her heart. When you asked her to move in with you, she smiled sadly. She told you it wasn't possible. The two of us cannot live long together. And that's why... This is the final choice. Will you? I'll save Sakura, I'll take Illya back, or we lose, game over. This is such a weird choice, actually. This is a really weird choice. I'll save it here just to, you know, have this mark. Have this, you know, potential ability that, you know, maybe we'll need to come back here. But I'll choose the I'll save Sakura and take Illya back choice. I feel like we have to try.
当たり前だ。勝敗が消したがどうした。そんなんで後に引けるか。いい気合いだ。その様子では入院の必要はないな。
Was it Kotomine talking to us that whole time?
なんでコトミネ。それは私のセリフだ。リンとお前、二人して玄関に捨てられていてな。捨て子にしては可愛げがないので見捨てたかったが。
Oh, come on.
揃いも揃って衰弱しきっていた。放っておけば死体が二つ並ぶことになる。教会としては体裁が悪いのでな。
I think Shirou has, you know, some qualities. You know, he could be adopted. He already was once. I reorient to my surroundings. This is the chapel of Kotomine's church. Nothing feels wrong with my body. I was drained dry of my strength when Sakura's shadow swallowed me, but I'm recovering now. I passed out in the backyard. Tosaka probably did too. So it stands to reason that Ryder carried us here. Ryder doesn't have any way to heal an injured human. As far as she knows, Kotomine is the only one who could help us. How much time has passed? The time right now is...
深夜の3時過ぎだ。ここに運ばれてから12時間ほど眠っていたことになる。
Yeah, that seems to match with things. Because, what, it was like midday or so? I guess a little bit in the afternoon. With all the running around that Shirou has been doing.
12時間って、丸々半日じゃないか。
Good math. I stand up from the pew that I was lying on. This is no time to be taking a nap.
コトミネ、遠坂は俺と一緒に倒れてたんだろう。リンは遠坂の家で休ませている。お前は体力だけだったが、あれは魔力を根こそぎ奪われていたからな。通常持ち直すには7日はかかるが、遠坂の父はあれによく馴染む。順当に行けば、明日の昼には意識を取り戻すだろう。
Okay, so we'll definitely see Marine in action here very soon for sure.
そうか。命に別状はないんだな。
I don't know if she'll be like in action necessarily.
何しろ吸血種が寝床にしていた曰くつきの霊脈だ。遠坂の後継者であるリンなら一晩埋めておけば得らず口を取り戻すだろう。
Hey, enough vampires, okay? I've had enough of those. I think I just heard something really wild, but I won't pry into it. I'll just hope that he didn't literally bury her alive. I kind of missed that part. I was a little bit more focused on something else there. I'm going to leave the church. I know what I need to do. I'll chase Sakura. I'll bring Illya and Sakura back. I'll protect the people I love. So what if the war is all but lost? I still have the strength to fight. I can't let myself stop here. There's no time. I'm gonna be pressed for time, even though I'm just going home to arm myself. No, the opponent isn't something I can beat with any weapons I might find at home. Sakura and Saber. Also Zoken, an assassin. If Zoken is after Illya, then he has all the pawns in his hand.
それでどこに向かうつもりだ、エミヤシロ。私には事情がつかめないのだが。
Oh, you're gonna love it.
どこに向かうもない。イリアは俺たちをかばって自分からサクラに同行したんだ。清掃が欲しかったら城に来いって言っていた。
清掃だと？いや、それ以前に的をサクラは敵に回ったのか。
I hate to admit it, but Kotomine's right. Zoken and Sakura. Sakura is unquestionably the superior master, but she can't defy Zoken's will. I don't know what she plans to do with Illya, but it's over for her if she runs into Zoken. No matter what Sakura does to oppose him, he can take control of her with the crestworms inside her body.
ってそんなことよりなんでついてくるんだよお前。
お前一人では荷が重かろう。イリアスフィールをさらわれたというのなら、私も静観はしておられん。
What? His reply shocks me to a halt. Yeah, I'm pretty surprised too here. What did this guy just say?
一人じゃ荷が重いって俺に手を貸すっていうのか。
不服か。相手は最大勢力だ。凛の助力がない今、私程度でもありがたいはずなのだが。
I don't have a problem with it. I'm not complaining about having help on my side, but
なんでだよ。あんたが俺に手を貸す理由はないはずだ。
もちろん。これは今回限りのことだ。イリアスフィールを救い出した後も協力者などと思われては困る。お前と私は最後まで相入れぬ関係だ。
なら
なに、単純な利害の一致だよ。加えて私のサーバントは全て奴に敗れた。理由としてはそれで十分ではないか。
there's no lie in Kotomine's words. A lot has happened between us, but he hasn't lied to me once so far. Yeah, I'm down with it, fuck it.
勝手にしろ。あんたが何を考えてるかは知らないが、造剣をよく思っていないことだけは同じだからな。
Okay, so the reason why I was so quick to just say yes to that is because we can't do this alone. We need help. It's very similar to Unlimited Blade Works, where we needed to actually temporarily side with somebody who was against us. So let's do it again. It worked really well with Lancers, so I'm sure for the moment, at the very least, we can make more progress than we could alone if we have Kotomine on our side. Plus, I don't know, like the two of these together, these guys, they're complete opposites, yin and yang kind of. Not necessarily, but very close. They will never, ever get along, but they're an interesting duo.
なるほど、その共通点は大きいな。確かにあの老人には少なからず縁がある。
I go down the hill path. We leave the church together, not looking at each other. And they never said a word. They just walked side by side, sometimes skipping. By the time the hired car takes us to the forest, the sun is starting to come up.
ここで待て。日付が変わるまでに私たちが戻ってこなければ帰っていい。
We have the black car wait for us on a road near the forest entrance. Kotomine hired a driver to take us here.
で、協力するって何を協力するんだよ。
差し当たっては足だな。
After a brief exchange, Kotomine promptly called for a chauffeur. To be honest, it was a big help. There aren't many taxis who would be willing to drive a high school student to the edge of town after 3 in the morning.
戻ってくる者がそこの少年だけということもある。その時は良くない状況だ。私の帰りは待たず、全速で町に戻れ。
Kotomine dispassionately gives the driver instructions. The driver nods silently and opens the trunk.
エミヤ、獲物だ。
He tosses me a stick-like object.
なんだこれ。
Well, it is a sword. We've never seen this one before. The stick turned out to be a thin sword. From what I know, it's similar to a Western rapier. It's specialized at thrusting, not cutting. But the blade is pretty thick, so it feels hard to use. It's like a longer version of the dirks that Assassin uses.
獲物ってこれ。
Yeah, let's read about it. It's been a while since we've come across a new weapon of sorts. What is this? It's not that. Or that. I mean, eventually we'll come across it. It's the Black Key. Okay. It's a type of talisman that is used by the Holy Church to exorcise demons. Black keys are a signature tool of the executors, but few of them actually favor the weapon, as it is difficult to use and lacks physical destructive power. Black keys are specialized throwing weapons due to their length, which makes them poorly balanced as swords. Most of the entities the Church defines as evil are spiritual beings or phenomena. Thus, black keys are designed with a greater focus on spiritual interference rather than physical offense. The blades of black keys, wielded by experts or a select few executors, are woven from magical energy, and can be dismissed so that only the hilt is present when carried. Some are known to carry nearly 100 black keys beneath their habits. That is strange. Anything else that's new here? I'm pretty sure we've seen, like, all of these, for sure, but hopefully I've read everything.
奴は銃を好んだがな。あいにく今はサブマシンガンしかない。幽霊どもに鉛玉は効かんし、お前には扱いづらいものだ。
I give it a swing. It's oddly heavy. The sword is less than a kilo, but it's obviously weighted towards the tip. It's more like an arrow than a sword.
教会専用の武器か。何か魔力を感じるけど。
黒剣という。さらに言うのなら、魔術ではなく秘跡だ。霊体を相手にするのは我々の1000倍特許だからな。その刀身にお前の魔術を乗せれば、サーバントといえど多少は有効だろう。
Only if you hit them, of course, he adds unnecessarily.
それを使うような事態にならないよう心がけろ。行くぞ。イリアスフィールが連れ出されてからじき1日経つ。今頃はもぬけの殻かもしれんが、その時はその時だ。的藤さくらがどこに向かったのか、その手がかり程度は見つけ出せる。
I mean, eventually they are going to head over to Ryota Temple. Unlike me, the priest strides into the forest unarmed. I take a deep breath. I put the church sword back in its sheath and follow Kotomine. Oh, this'll be fun. I'm the leader now. I rely on my memory to find the Einsburn castle. I couldn't reach it in the last time that I was here. On the way to the castle, I ran into Illya fleeing the shadow. I checked my left arm. It's completely different since the last time I was here. I was helpless as the shadow nearly slaughtered me. That hasn't changed. I have no way to beat Sakura. No, the shadow, and it has Saber on its side too. If I run into them, I'm done. The only way to take Illya back is to ambush them. I need to retrieve Illya without Sakura noticing me. In that case, what should I do? How should I deal with Sakura now that she's changed? How can I turn her back into the Sakura I used to know?
待て。的藤さくらを連れ戻そうなどと思ってはいないだろうな。
Man, you're really good at reading minds.
思ってるに決まってるだろう。俺はさくらを助けるために。
Weren't you the one that, like, gave us a hint as to how we could technically, like, save her? Or is it already too late?
やめておけ。今の我々では、的藤さくら。いや、あの黒い影には太刀打ちできん。出会った瞬間、話し合いの余地もなく飲み込まれるだけだ。それはお前の方が分かっているのではないか。
Well, it's true that Sakura wouldn't be any different from the way she was in the backyard. But still,
今回は諦めろ。イリアスフィールをこちらで保護すれば、まだ猶予はできる。的藤さくらと話がしたいのなら、彼女に対抗できる力を用意してからだ。
Sakura has an incredible amount of magical energy. The only one who might be able to do that is Tosaka, excuse me. My only role right now is to project the jeweled sword that she mentioned, so we can use it against Zoken in the shadow.
わかった。今はイリアを救うのを第一にすればいいんだろう。
そうだ。では行くぞ。時間がない。
I clap my cheeks to motivate myself. This isn't the time to be whining. I'm going to save Illya. Sakura said that she would kill Illya. I won't let Illya die, and I won't let Sakura kill her. All I can do for now is separate Illya from Sakura. I'll just focus on that for now. We arrive at a familiar place. It's been a little over 2 hours since we entered the forest. This is always like such a rough case. Like, in every route we have to travel through this forest, or try to travel outside of it. But goddamn, it's always a rough trek. The sun is already well into the sky, but the forest is still shrouded in mist.
いるな。この森に満ちた呪いは、 間違いなく奴のものだ。
Oh, fun. Kotomine says something strange as we run. Curses filling the forest. Can he see those?
琴峰、呪いってあんたには桜の気配がわかるのか？
わかるというよりは共鳴だ。それはいいが、万が一的を桜と戦うことになれば私は撤退する。お前はともかく、私では酷化した的を桜を傷つけられん。戦ったところで勝ち目はない。
I mean, that goes for me too, but anyway.
待て、酷化ってなんだ？桜は桜だ。おかしな影に取りつかれてるだけですぐに
正常になるか。それは以前に説明しただろうに。的を桜を元に戻すには彼女と影を切り離すしかない。方法があるとすれば2つ。あの影の本体を消滅させるか、的を桜が影を実体化させるのを待つか。今のお前にあれを倒す術はない。お前にできることは影がこの世に生まれ落ちるまで的を桜の精神をつなぎ止めることだけだ。
I don't know how to do that. Sakura's body is covered in command spells. If that's the darkening that Kotomine mentioned, doesn't that mean that she's turning into the shadow with each passing minute?
琴峰、影の実体化ってのは桜が影そのものになるってことか？
いや、多少の共感はあるだろうが、影の本体は聖杯の中にいる。的を桜を変貌させているものは聖杯の中にいるものだが、それとてあくまで彼女の影なのだ。
Is he saying that eventually there will be the meld between the two? Sakura and the shadow will become the same thing, as will the Holy Grail. The Holy Grail will come into fruition.
彼女なくして影は存在できない。形のない本体は的を桜の影になることで物質界に存在する。的を桜という不完全な聖杯でなければ中にいるものはこの世に生まれることはない。だが産んでしまえばそれは的を桜とは別のものになる。離れたのなら彼女を汚染する呪いも止まるだろう。
琴峰、生まれるって言うけど桜の中にそいつはいるのか？
まさか。そうであれば話は簡単だろう。体内にいるものを摘出してしまえば事足りるのだから。影の本体は聖杯の中にいる。的を桜はあくまでそれに栄養と実像を与えるだけのよりしろだ。
だから桜は聖杯なんだろう。どういうことだよそれ。聖杯っていうのは何個もあるのか？
あるとも初めに説明しただろう。この地には聖杯があり、その聖杯を人間が用意した聖杯に降霊させるのだと。大元の聖杯、聖杯戦争という儀式の法則を司る大頭脳たる魔法陣、それがアインツベルンとトーサカ、マキリが用意したこの土地にある聖杯だよ。
この土地にある聖杯。
The laws, like summoning servants, making the masters fight, and summoning the Holy Grail. If the Holy Grail War on this land was artificially created, then it stands to reason that there was a man-made curse, or cause, excuse me. And meaning that if we can find this big magic circle and destroy it, it'll get rid of the shadow hurting Sakura.
琴峰、その場所を知っているのか？
予測はつく。正確な入り口を知りたければ凛に聞け。この土地の管理者は遠坂だ。200年前、アインツベルンが遠坂と手を結んだのは儀式の場所を確保するため。後継者である凛ならば教えられているはずだ。もっとも、それはイリアスフィールを取り戻してからの話だ。このままゾウケンの手にイリアスフィールが渡れば、的を桜もイリアスフィールも聖杯として使い捨てられる。的をゾウケンは大元の聖杯など使う気はない。奴にしてみればイリアスフィールと的を桜さえいれば事足りるのだ。大元の聖杯を壊すというお前のアイデアもそれでは何の意味も持たん。
バカ言うな。そんなの考えてなんかないぞ。
そうなのか。 お前にとってはそれが最も現実的な打開策だと思うのだがな。実行しないとはおかしな男だ。
うるさいな。そういうお前こそ何だって黙ってたんだ。初めからそんなものがあるって言ってくれれば今ご
とっくに起動式を壊していたか。そううまくいかんさ。何しろ私の目的
Yeah, I
は
was
起
gonna
動
say
式
this is
の成
where
就だ。
this is where they're gonna have their
お前に起動式を壊
disagreement
させるわ
here.
けにはいかん。
Like, sure, it would save the day, or at least Shirou would probably save the day by doing it, but that would kind of cut off any plans that Kotomine has here.
言っただろ。イリアスフィールを助け出した後は敵同士だと。
Yeah, there we go.
興味があるのは的を桜から変化するもの。いや、的を桜になろうとしているものだ。造剣のような望みはない。
ふざけんな。あんたも造剣と同じだ。桜を利用して得体の知れないものを作ってそれを自分のものにしようとしているじゃないか。
Not necessarily take it for himself.
自分のもの？まさか。生まれた後のことなど興味はないし、そもそも人の手で御し得るものではなかろう。現れるのは地獄という現象だ。的を桜がそれになれば、私とて例外なく死に絶える。
What the hell? We've been told this, I'm pretty sure. Then this guy's goal is to...
正気かお前。そこまで分かっていて自分だって殺されるって分かっていて桜をそんなものにしたいのか。
そうだ。私の役割は誕生するものを祝福すること。それはどのような状況、どのような対象であろうと変わらない。ここに生まれようとする命と意志がある。それを阻むことはできない。エミヤ、この世に純粋な願いがあるとすれば、それは生まれたいという一念だけではないのか。
だけど桜に取り付いたやつは
悪ではない。人間はただあるだけで幸福を得られる生き物だ。生きれば生きるほど違う幸福を知り、より高度で複雑な快楽を学習する。だが人間とて初めから幸福であることはない。胎児には幸福が何であるか理解する知識がない。人間はゼロから何が楽しいのかを学び、何が正しいのかを受け入れる機能がある。始まりはゼロだ。そこには善悪もなく、この世にあることを許されたという事実しかない。善か悪か、どちらに分かれるかは人間の学習次第だ。責任があるとしたら、それはその人間を育んだ環境と自らを育てた自己だけだろう。
Oh, I've learned plenty of this back in college.
そのものが生まれ出ることには何の罪もない。故にそれが悪魔であろうと誕生を祝福する。私は今までそのように生きてきた。この生き方は私のものだ。的を桜から生まれ出るものが地獄であろうと、それを変えることこそ難しい。
I can't understand what he's saying. I can tell that he's sincere. He says that he's going to bless the evil that's trying to be born from Sakura even if it kills him. I can never accept what he's saying. Still, it's true that he's helping me rescue Illya, and that he's trying to set Sakura free from Zoken. His ideas are incompatible with mine. We can't coexist. But right now, we have the same objective.
信頼していいんだな。
Fuck no.
共闘すると言った。私の背中はお前に任せる。
I don't think we can absolutely trust him with everything. However, we can work with him to a degree, which is what we're doing here. But if we can save Illya, that's it. His answer is firm. That's all. I've gained the best ally I could ask for right now. The only ally, really. I mean, Ryder is around somewhere. She will protect us. That's sort of the goal there. That's her objective. That's the last command spell that she was given. Now it's time to think about saving Illya and safely escaping from this forest. We're not necessarily trying to attack Sakura either, so there shouldn't be really a conflict of interest here. Let's get our first interlude going. I don't even know if it's possible to, like, gather you know, with the, oh wow, this place got fucked up. Okay, I was gonna say, like, with there being an interlude, that used to be like my telltale sign that, you know, maybe everything's okay and I picked the right choices, but hard to say that now. Black flames envelop her. The extravagantly built hall crumbles in a merciless, senseless struggle. What fight could be going on here? The rising flames are like a heat haze. A once shapeless shadow pulverizes the walls and floors in time with its host's anguish. The dark haze dances to the melody. She stands in the middle of the hall, hunched over. Each time she scratches in anguish at her throat, the ancient castle's beauty crumbles further. But there's nothing to grieve. This castle was always empty. It is a long-forgotten winter fort. Nobody sees it and nobody lives in it, so it doesn't matter if it's destroyed. We never got to see much of the homunculi that assist Illya, by the way. There was like some, you know, glimpses of them back in the Unlimited Blade Works anime, which I thought was pretty cool, but that was pretty much it. The hall is becoming a kingdom of shadow. In its center is a suffering woman who is both monarch and slave. It has been a day since she brought Ilyasville here. She, Sakura Mato's transformation, is approaching its final phase. She is merging with the shadow, and her mere physical existence in the world, or in this world, is torture. Her body is racked by pain. Her cognitive circuits are being rewritten with destructive impulses. If that was the end of her darkening, she could tolerate it. She is accustomed to physical pain and torment. But the heartbreak of having her very being denied is new. The shadow cannot exist in this world. It cannot receive any of the world's blessings. She tears at her throat. Bluntly put, the girl is undergoing the darkening process that she just cannot breathe. The air is toxic. For Sakura, who is transforming into a deep sea-dwelling shadow, the earth is no different from the vacuum of outer space. So she dances. She forgets herself, loses her sanity, and feels fury at everything she can see. It's suffocating, she thinks. She blames the uncaring, unknowing world for her own misfortune.
さて、そろそろ頃合いかのあれは。思いのほか、的を桜であり続けたが、あと一押しで肉の器になり変わるじゃろうて。
Two shadows watch this sight. An old mage, Zokenmato, and his servant assassin.
あと一押しか。その言葉。とうに聞き飽きたぞ魔術師殿。すでに勝敗は決したのだ。私以外のサーバントなど不要。早々に残る2体を取り込ませてしまえばよかろう。
Has it been revealed who this assassin is, by the way? I don't think it has, actually. No, we don't know his, true name. However, it is interesting with his arm being the way that it is. You know, it's like a bit of a weapon itself. So it's very interesting. I don't know who he could be. I'm trying to think of, like, what being, what fictional being, what historical being this could be. I'm not entirely sure. Could this maybe be somebody from the game itself? Kind of like how Shirou was archer, you know? I don't know. I don't know who this could be, honestly, but I'm sure we'll find out soon.
分かっておる。だがあれは自ら取り込んだサーバントを殺そうとせん。小娘の朝路
Oh, Berserker's still
単に
alive.
度胸がないだけなのか。セイバーもバサーカーも桜に囚われたままよ。
なんと。駒はセイバーだけではないというのか。
うん。おそらくわしに対する牽制なのだろうが、千両。サーバントを抱え込めば込むほど、あれは多くの魔力を聖杯から引き出す。起動式から魔力を受信する小聖杯ならではの魔力補給だが、流れてくるものは魔力だけではない。 あれはサーバントを生かす限り変貌を早めておるのだ。わしが手を下さずとも、じき理性を食われ、理想通りの道具になろう。
The old mage laughs, sneering down at the suffering girl. There is affection in his eyes. He does love. His experimental subject has exceeded his expectations and will soon bless him with his long-sought immortality. How could he not love her? In the old mage's eyes, Sakura Mito is a beautiful bride. No matter how she struggles, she will become his. It doesn't matter that she's collecting power, controlling more servants, and attempting to preserve her sanity. 11 years ago, Zoken obtained control over Sakura's fate. All it would take for the old mage to kill Sakura is to blink. But the White Skull is different. As an ominous symbol and a gust who carries death, he is sensitive to others like him.
魔術師殿は軽視しているが、さて。
Will this go as well as he hopes? The situation will not change even if the girl loses her mind, excuse me. That thing reacts to hostility and bloodlust. In that sense, the girl raving beneath them will be no different even after she loses her sanity. Zoken Mito is conceited. Assassin doubts that the girl will be as obedient as Zoken thinks once her reason is gone.
魔術師殿、真実、あの娘を御しうる方法があるのだろうな。あれの外敵に対する防御本能は過剰に過ぎる。理性をなくし、敵味方の判別がつかなくなれば、魔術師殿の声も届くまい。そうなっては殺気を消す程度では近寄れぬ。あれは自分を殺すという結果を先読みし、外敵を排除する類のものだ。
ほう、なるほど、それは頼もしい。器としてますます安心できるというものよ。
A little bit of an opposite reaction that I was expecting there, but okay. The old mage cackles. The White Skull watches the crumbling hall in silence. To be honest, he does not agree with the mage's thinking. His goal may be immortality, but something seems twisted about his course of action and his methods. No, he has always been a rotten human being. Rotten in a very literal sense. It's natural that the old man would be a maniac. But there doesn't seem to be any consistency to his methods.
聞いたか、アサシン。助けてください、おじい様と。よいぞよいぞ、その愛願、11年前に帰るようじゃ。世界そのものに否定される圧迫、さぞ苦しかろう、さくら。だが耐えよ。お前の体は耐えられるとも。思い出すがよい。11年にわたる孤独の日々を。
In the what?
何千という攻め苦に耐えたのは何のためだ。何万という虫どもに体を預けたのは何のためだ。そうだ、その程度の痛みお前には何ら問題はない。そのように育て上げた。そのように鍛え上げたのだ。
I actually feel so bad for Sakura. I think by the end of this, she probably won't be like a favorite of mine necessarily out of the three. It'll probably go in like the order of Rin, Saber, and then Sakura. Like she's definitely, you know, a great character. She's not at the bottom of my list of three because I don't like her. But god damn, I feel so fucking bad for her. And maybe I would feel even worse if like there was less censorship here to, you know, show me just how abused she was, because that's what a lot of this was. Apparently the old man could hear what the girl is saying. Assassin only hears her agony, but she does seem to be begging her grandfather for help.
おお、助けるとも助けるとも。お主はわしの作品じゃ。最後まで見届けて死んぜよ。いやいや、だが助けられるのは肉体だけじゃ。11年の鍛錬において、お主の精神だけはついてこなかったからの。そう、受け入れることで苦痛から逃れたお前では、その怨嗟には耐えられまい。だが安心するがよい。肉の頑強さだけはわしの保証付きじゃ。耐えられる耐えられる。お主の肉ならば見事にアベンジャーを待とうであろう。
The old mage keeps laughing. Assassin steps back, watching heartlessly.
ん？どこに行くアサシン？万が一ということもある。お主には あれからわしを守ってもらわねばならん。
それは構わんが、黒い聖杯ばかりにかまけ、白い聖杯を自由にさせるのはどうか。ようやく手に入れた正当な聖杯を、なぜあのように遊ばせておく。
Is that how the two gals here are being referred to? Sakura being the Black Grail and then Illya the White Grail?
おお、そのことか。何、イリアスフィールは我らに協力的じゃ。もとより聖杯として門を開けるためだけに
It's what she was
存在する
created for
娘。
after all,
その
apparently.
目的が果たされるのならとおとなしくうなずきおったわ。そういぶかしがるでない。お主の求める聖杯はあちらの娘だ。歴史に名を残し自らがオリジナルになる。記録としての永遠を望むウヌの願いはアインツベルンが叶えてくれよ。
That's Assassin's wish.
だがそれにはあの娘に本来の姿になってもらわねばならん。わしはホムンクルスは管轄外でな。あやつらが清掃を整えるまでは好きにさせておけばよい。
So obviously this isn't an ordinary dress that keeps on getting brought up here.
無理強いはしないということか。だが、そのような余裕が我らにあるのかな。
あるとも。もはや我らに敵はいない。
I mean, you have enemies, but there's nothing they can really do.
エミヤの小せがれと遠坂の小娘が生きておるのは意外じゃったが、どうということもなかろう。あれほどの力の差を見せられ、歯向かうようなバカ者はおらぬ。そのような杞憂で事を急ぎ、イリアスフィールに死なれでもしたら取り返しがつかん。天の門を開けるはあやつの責務だ。我らは慈悲をもってその仕事を全うさせてやればよい。アサシン。
そこまで。どうやら、
Oh, he
そ
knows.
のバカ者がいたらしい。
ん？
The white skull disappears a moment later. The killer sensed intruders and didn't hesitate to leave the castle. The enemy has already left the building. They slip through the careless old mage's grasp and are headed for the castle gate.
おお、どうあっても死にたいというのか、小僧。
But he isn't careless. No matter what happens, he will not let Iliasvale escape. In essence, the long-held wish of the Einsburns has been placed on her shoulders. That pale girl is willing to cooperate with Zoken even without his urging. Excuse me. And they think that they can take her and leave? How laughable. Once she leaves the forest, Iliasvale will surely reappear in the heart of the Holy Grail, where it all started.
家に放任していたのだが仕方あるまい。出番だぞ、さくら。イリアスフィールなくしてお前が救われることはない。その苦しみから逃れたいのであれば遠慮せず蹂躙してくるがよい。
The old mage cackles, and then his presence vanishes. A shadow crouches in the hall. The shadows have covered the entire hall. It is a black swamp, and two bodies appear in its muck. It's Saber and Berserker, right? The girl feels no pain. She hasn't gotten accustomed to the poison. All she can think is,
そう、来てくれたんですね、先輩。
her dark joy overcomes her grim suffering.
あの神父さんも一緒なのね。バカな人。自分から食べられに来るなんて。
She lifts a finger. It points toward the castle gate where the intruders are desperately trying to escape.
言って。先輩以外は殺していいわ。
Except for
他の
Shirou,
相手
huh?
が誰であろうと。問題なく切り殺しなさい。
She unleashes the dark giant. Her hunting hound roars and storms off into the distance.
もっとも。今のあなたには、その相手が誰かなんて判断はつかないでしょうけどね。バーサーカー。
She giggles. Cloaked in shadow, the girl slowly leaves a ruined kingdom with her dark knight. It's actually going to be pretty interesting because if they are trying to escape with Illya right now, Shirou and Saber, you know, there's those two, and then Illya and Berserker. But I don't think we're really at the escaping phase quite yet. But it is interesting to see, you know, the 2 and 2. And then there's Kotomine, who's just, you know, here. But okay, we'll call it on that note, and we'll see what happens in the next one, because boy, oh boy, I feel like we're really getting into the thick of it here now with this one. Thank you all for tuning in. I hope you all enjoyed. Be sure to tune in for the next one, because I am getting hyped for this, man. I am. It's a long time coming for some action here, that is for certain. If you enjoyed this episode, be sure to leave a like, subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Take it easy.